slide down.
We go just slide down so you can get a drink.
Bring it back.
Nah, you sit here.
Bring it back.
Nah, you sit here.
Go ahead. I'll pick it up.
You
It's
sure?
live. Go ahead. It's live.
Okay. Yeah, back up. Hey, all right, Shalom. All praise to
Yahawah,
YAHAWAH,
Ba'Shem, Yahawashi, Ba'Shem, Ba'Chadash.
Double honors to the apostles of GMS. Greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world who are prophesying in the name of the Heavenly Father in truth, which is YAHAWAH, all right? Here on a live show, as you see, obviously, GMS Living Waters. And, you know, we titled this show basically Open Forum. You know, we're going to ride in the spirit. You know, so brothers got their laptop, scriptures brothers have, thoughts they want to bring out, we're going to get into it. So, yeah. I guess I could start off with the brother. I saw it on info on Apostle Ramlov's channel, but he reposted it. It was from the brother in Memphis, the spiritual power video.
Yeah, GMS in Rome. That's his name. Is YouTube.
That's him. Okay. I thought it was YAHAWASHAI coming back. It wasn't him.
No, it wasn't that brother from Mississippi.
Oh, okay. Slack. Who's that brother?
I just know his YouTube is GMS in Rome.
Okay.
I'm not too sure.
GMS in Rome.
Yeah, GMS in Rome.
Yeah. So the brother GMS in Rome, shout out to that brother, Shalom. You know, brother had a heavy testimony, you know, which we went into the show's testimony, how powerful testimonies are, you know what I mean, and went through a heavy lesson in that. And that testimony basically means like a witness to, or a witness and legal documentation of giving the truth out. You know, so or legal documentation in the faith, I should say. But anyway, he did a show on the spiritual power, and an account where I guess him and his woman constantly talk about spiritual power, and you know everything that goes with it, whether it be dreams or what you're gonna get. And he said it's a common conversation in their household that they had, which is a beautiful thing. You know, how many men can say they talk to their women about spiritual power, man? Right. You know, we're mostly talking about shut the hell up. Leave me alone, or you know, I don't want to talk to you no more. You know, but at least he has a situation where he's talked to his woman about this thing, which is beautiful. But the thing is, he had an account. His woman had an account with someone at the hospital who went in the spiritual room, basically, right? And basically, I ain't gonna go on too long about it, but just gave an account about this man. I mean, someone else want to go into it, elaborate.
Yeah, he was an Edomite actually, and the lady that his wife, who is a CNA, he was talking to this Edomite who said that he was in the you know, that he went to the spiritual world, and he pretty much said that hell doesn't exist. You know, and then that the spirit, that he pretty much was surrounded by the spirit of the Lord. And one of the things that stood out is that he pretty much didn't know the name of the Lord, because the woman was like, oh, so you met Yahawah, and he was like, oh, so that's his name.
Right.
Because when he pretty much went up there, he was like, oh, I wasn't important.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes to show you that these Edomites.
He said my people, I think, right?
Yeah, my people aren't important.
My people aren't important. Yeah.
You know, but you're very fortunate.
And then he said that after she said, yeah, I'm a Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes, oh, he goes, oh, you guys are lucky. You guys are very important up there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then he started speaking about the spiritual power. It's showing you that like when we were saying, the time difference is different up there, because when he came back from the spiritual world, he said, do you guys have the spiritual power yet? Did you see anything yet?
Yeah.
Showing you, you know, it's he knows, man. You know, he knows. You know, so I got a spiritual power scripture right now. This is Isaiah 40 verse 31. It says, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. You see, the very important thing is we have to wait upon the Lord, man. We can't fight against Esau ourselves, okay? And we can't fight against Esau with Esau weapons, okay? So all that shit about getting guns and that's carnal, man.
Yeah,
there's no way I don't care how many guns you got. Just like you were saying, but how many bullets you got, man? Okay, because Esau, they got all the bullets, they got laser guns, sound guns, all this type of weaponry. There's no way that we can fight Esau carnally with his carnal weapons, especially because that's his blessing. All right, so the key here is we have to wait upon the Lord, man. Okay, I'll read it again. It says, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength," meaning the Most High is going to empower us with that spiritual power to defend us. It also tells in Isaiah that my prophets shall not be put in the corner anymore. All right, so those days of the prophets being murdered at abundance, at a big number, those days are over. All right, now we will have some martyrs, but they're going to be the first one in the chariot. But for the most part, the Lord's elect men will have that spiritual power to protect themselves, wake up, heal brothers, wake up the dead, perform all type of spiritual works. All right, so I read again. It says, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up their wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not be faint." Okay, if I run up the stairs, I'll be fucking tired, man. You know why? Because these puny, inferior bodies that we have. But pretty soon, the Most High is gonna bless us with that spiritual power, and that's how you know it's almost over, man.
Yeah.
You know. And the dude, that Edomite, was a witness, man, because after when the wife came back and spoke to him again, he didn't remember anything he just said. Showing you that basically that was the Most High speaking to us, to the elect, to the hopeful elect, man. Right. You know, that was the Most High letting us know that spiritual power is coming soon. You know, but he just happened to use the Edomite for that.
Yep.
You know,
and that's beautiful, man, because that's actually that form of a prophecy in the book of Acts and all throughout the Bible, where it said, "Die." Oh, you have?
Yeah. Yeah. Acts chapter 2, verse 17. "And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith the Most High, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh."
See, beautiful. You see, now you would think, see, the Lord's not talking about just Jacob's flesh or the nation of Israel's flesh. It said all flesh. So you got heathens that may be getting dreams. Well, not might, will have dreams too. They're gonna have certain experiences too, because you would think, oh well, no, only Israelites can have dreams and they can, we interpret them. No, that's not true. Right. When you go to the book of Daniel's, you had what, King Nebuchadnezzar and certain kings, Darius, whatever, I forget which one. They had dreams and they called on the men of the Lord, like Daniel, to interpret those dreams. So other nations can have dreams, and that Israelites can break down. So again, Salah.
Yep, Balaam wasn't an Israelite.
See,
yeah.
I was right there. Yep.
Yeah, well, do you think?
Come, Spirit. "And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith the Most High, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh."
Salah. And then do we see anybody got their stuff on for the comments too? See who
Yeah, I think that's
got that. Okay, yeah. Okay, Salah.
"Upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy."
Oh, see, it said upon all flesh. So yeah, the guy who broke down that experience or that dream, or not dream, or that whatever experience he had, broke it down to the brother's wife in the camp, at her job. That was the Lord pouring upon his spirit upon him, man. Sure. To get that. It doesn't, and to show him it ain't for you, it's for another people, Yeah. But at the same time, the heavy thing about it is, we'll finish the script. Say it again, sorry.
"And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith the Most High, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams."
And your old men shall dream dreams, and that's what happened, And it's coming in many different facets. And in this case, what we're talking about, it came through an Edomite in a hospital, And the heavy thing about it is, like the brother just mentioned, is that she went back to talk to him, right, I guess, and he didn't remember they had a conversation about the spiritual power.
He was like, I'm not religious,
Oh, you said that too?
Yeah.
Wow, you see that?
You completely forgot everything he said.
Wow, not only did he completely forget, this guy doesn't even believe in God. Yeah. He doesn't believe in a religion.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's how. So you see how the Most High, YAHAWASHAI, made it very clear, without no distinction or no mess up, well, not a good word, but with clear conviction, that it came out a certain way, that this man who brought out this truth that he was bringing out made it clear like that he had no ties to religion, to prove his point that it was what it was. You know, that's how the Lord works. So because someone can say, well, you know, he was lying, or he believes in, he's a Christian. I see him out there at the church the other day just prophesying and talking to people, you know. But the Lord made it where he chose a person to elaborate on his dream, was an Edomite, another nation. Then this guy wasn't even religious, and he didn't remember the whole conversation he had. So that's heavy. And that's how the Lord works, you know.
Verse 18, and on my servants and on my handmaidens I will pour out in those days of my spirit, and they shall prophesy. And I will show wonders in heaven above and signs in the earth beneath.
Salak, and I'm sorry, and you said, it said, the verse before it said prophesied in those last days?
Yes.
It said last days, right? Yeah, so that's the point. These things will be happening in the last days. So yes, your daughters, your sons, they're going to have dreams. It doesn't mean just your sons and daughters. Your cousins, people in your family might have dreams who not even have nothing to do with the truth. They might not even believe in God or believe in religion or believe in anything spiritual, but they're going to get certain visions from the most YAHAWASHAI. And that's heavy. And I really come to really think about that way until, you know, we're getting into it now. You know, so again, this just showing the power of YAHAWASHAI, proving that we're in the last days, that something major is going to go down, man. All these things are happening simultaneously, man. All right, the economy of America crumbling before our eyes. All right, they lost their AAA rating years ago. All right, you have tension rising against the nations. It's clear as day. You have chariot sightings that has never been seen before. The clearest chariot sighting over there in Mexico. You know, in modern day history. You have, like we mentioned last month, this brother's going into last week. You have natural disasters, and every time a natural disaster hit, it's always historic.
Right.
You know? And what was the last verse? The signs of the heavens?
And I will show wonders in heaven above.
Yeah, hasn't there been a countless amount of eclipses and blue moons, right? And super moons, super blue blood moons. I mean, and every time one comes out, there's always a big history behind it, you know? You know, like one in case, well, I'm not gonna try to remember each one, but there's always history behind it. Like one not showing up, or like one blue moon I did a research on, or a super blue blood moon I did research on. The last one, I think was the did it hit until the Civil War. I forget which one I did a video on it. You know, and then
there's so many, you know.
Yeah, there's so many. And then that same red moon, whatever, came back around the time of this world war, you know, that we're in now. You know, and there's other history behind other eclipses. Right. You know, and that links up with today's current events, you know. So yeah, it's heavy. You want to say heavy, you want to use the word crazy, but we use the word the YAHAWASHAI, man. Yeah. It's very spiritual, all right? Prophecy, yeah, con.
And I will show wonders in heaven above and signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke.
Yeah, see, signs on earth beneath. Earthquakes on the earth, they've been happening. I did a show this week showing you that earthquakes, when I did a show, I just posted it. It was a guy posted an earthquake on the North Pole. You know, earthquakes in diverse places. It was right above Greenland. Out of all, and there's really no earthquake activity out there, but this time there was like a 6.8 earthquake over there near the North Pole, basically, directly above the North Pole, next to Greenland. You know, and that's hadn't been seen before, and that was an earthquake up there. You know, so that's Earth and the signs beneath. You got what people in certain like America, a certain sedition or people rising against the government that's happening. You got Venezuela going through food riots. Or it was not food riots. They're not eating. All right, they're eating raw food, eating each other, cannibalism. Yeah. These are the signs of the end times, man. You know. So hey, this is you know. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you see the people that regard the prince of the kings.
Oh yeah, con. Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of these prophecies that come to pass. Matter of fact, you got 2nd Ezra 9. Get 2nd Ezra 9 real quick.
91.
Yeah, because again. The thing that we're supposed to do, man, we're supposed to like measure the time diligently within itself.
That's right.
And how do we do that? But we do by checking out the news, checking out what's going on around the world. And how we do, we measure it with the scriptures. So go ahead.
This is 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently.
And what times is the Lord talking about? The Lord's talking about the time of the end, man. The time of Jacob's beginning, because the scripture says what? Esau is the end of the world. So we're diligently seeking the time of the end of the world for Esau. Because we know at the end, but we're at the end. So now we have to really diligently see, all right, where we at. Because what we're looking for right now, the major prophecy, what we're looking for is what? The RFID shit. So we're measuring the time diligently within itself. Go ahead.
Come on. Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world.
Yeah, and when you go back to Isaiah 29:6, it talks about the Lord will you through tempest, fire, whirlwinds. Okay, but there's also and other signs the Lord did too, through the signs of the moon, the sun. But there's also another sign when you go back to Acts, all right? And that's going to be that spiritual power, man. That's going to be a sign to come. All these things that we're seeing,
that's right.
or things, or the signs to come of the men of the Lord being revealed. Because how is the enemy going to come like a flood? The enemy's going to come like a flood because, again, once the Lord gives certain men or his people spiritual power, they're going to have to come in like a flood, man, to stop that. Because that's going to cause a lot of people to have faith, man. This is gonna be the men healing people, having spiritual power, all right, and praising YAHAWASHAI is gonna cause a massive amount of people, Israelites, to believe in the Lord, man. I got a quick scripture real quick. Matter of fact, give me Isaiah 41 real quick.
Isaiah 41.
41. Start with 8.
What was it?
I'm sorry, intercessor.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
intercessor.
Yeah, I forgot what that meant.
Yeah, like to intercede, like to be like YAHAWASHAI is an intercessor for us. Like YAHAWASHAI, he's like the middleman. You know what I'm saying? But get Isaiah. You finished the second Ezra? You finished that?
No.
Yeah, keep reading that.
I got you.
I'll read it again at the top. It says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
And only the elect is gonna know and understand that the Lord is coming back, man. Because you can tell our people as many times as you want to, but only the elect is going to know that the Lord is coming back, man. So what? We have to trim our lamps. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 3, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
Well, there was an earthquake in Trinidad. There's an earthquake the brother set up in Greenland, right?
Yeah. Next to the North Pole.
Next to the North Pole. Then you have uproars of the people. Well, we don't have to. We all know that's going on. We have that going on right there in Venezuela, Honduras, Mexico, even
Mexico, at the border,
and even the Ishmaelites, Ishmael.
Yeah.
In those countries, they having like uproars and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, because I just saw, as usual, they was killing people at the Gaza Strip over there in Israel. Yeah, but brother's right, man. There's uproars everywhere, man. Everywhere. That's part of the science.
That's part of the science. Keep going, brother.
Gone. Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Yeah, which is what the Lord says. He tells you the end from beginning, man. How do we know that all these things are happening? Because what the scripture. This is what the scripture's for. The scripture is basically a measurement stick, man. All right. It gives us faith. It gives us faith. It shows us history, and the prophecy is a measuring stick.
Yeah.
All right.
And one way I like to describe it is how our interpreters, like the Bible is like the manual to life. It's like you have when you get a car. What comes with a car? You have a manual. It tells you all the ins and outs. When to get your maintenance check. When to change your spark plugs. When to get, when you hit 30,000 miles, you change this tire. Things like that. And it tells you the mile. Everything you want to know about the car, it tells you. So I always like to say the Bible to the nation of Israel is the manual for life, man. It tells you what not to eat, what to eat, who to worship, how to worship, what the Lord's name is. And ultimately it tells you the prophecies, It tells you who you are, who the Lord is, what he's going to do, who the evil is, who the devil is, the so-called white man,
Exactly.
Yeah, so just back on what you're saying.
Yeah, the sons of perdition. Keep going, brother.
Go on. Verse 3 again, I'll read it. 2 Ezra 9 and 3.
God.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Yeah, even from the beginning, right? Just like you had that Edomite man. And he said, I wasn't even important in the spirit world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga, the Lord is occupied in prophecy, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord's dealing, okay, the Lord's dealing with his people, man. All right, the Lord's dealing with prophecy and occupied prophecy. And that's what we should be doing, man. We should be occupied in prophecy. All right, there, brother.
See, a lot of things he validated what we're taught through the Spirit from the apostles.
Yeah.
Like he also said, the first thing he said was, "Man, there's no hell. I thought I was gonna go to hell because you thought you were with the nigga." He was like, "Man, I thought I was going to hell, but we all go to the same place." That's what we teach, and that's what we're taught by the apostles, man. There is no hell, right? And everybody goes up to the Father, in the spiritual world. So a lot of things he just put a stamp on it. What we're taught through the Spirit from the apostles, showing you that our apostles are men of the Lord, man. And that's why we believe it, because we believe it, through the Spirit, that the things they teach us is true, And this is just more proof of that,
Come, man. Hey, I just want to back up what the brother said through the Spirit, and yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go on about it, but absolutely right, man. And that's heavy. And the point is, I want to bring out the back of what the elder said through the Spirit is that, yeah, it just proves that our apostles, the apostles of GMS, they've been teaching the right way, okay? And it proves that what? The other camps, they don't got it.
They don't got it.
Because the guy could have easily came back and said, well, yeah, his name is Christ. Because how did he come back and say, I don't know his name? Well, that's in the scriptures.
Oh, yeah.
The scriptures say his name's going to be a mystery. Well, no, if thou canst tell.
Proverbs 34.
Proverbs 34, it says it like that.
Yeah.
Not everybody's, what is his name? What is his father's name? If thou canst tell.
Yeah.
Why would the scriptures ask you that way? Because it's, the Most High's name is a mystery.
And then it's like,
Yeah.
And then he even be like, you mean God? He didn't cut her off. He didn't cut her off. He didn't correct her. Right? He said, oh, is that what you call him?
Wow. Yeah.
So
man, that's a heavy testimony, man. And again, just backing up what the elder said, it shows once again that the apostles of GMS have the 100% spirit of YAHAWASHAI in them, and those are the correct teachers. Those who the men YAHAWASHAI is working with, man. And Lord willing, we're the hopeful elect. We are their fruits. Through the spirit of YAHAWASHAI, it shows you that all of the other camps, they don't got it, man. How come he didn't come back and say, well, it's, Christ?
You mean Christ,
right? Yeah, no, yeah. No, Christ was his name. You get it right, woman.
Christ,
Yeah, go crazy, you know what I mean? Yeah. Did he come back saying that? Did he come back saying, I had a place up there. It was white people who we had a place. I was important. No, he said I wasn't important, and this was an Edomite. So that validates that what? You so-called white people are devils. You're not important, man. He said it himself. He said a lot of things, man, which proves that which go parallel to what we teach it, what we're talking about, which shows that what? We have the truth. We have the spirit of YAHAWASHAI in us, man. Start with the apostles of GMS to the spirit of YAHAWASHAI, because they taught us this truth. So this is a big deal and heavy, man. All you other dummies, funkies in those camps, just get ready to, die or get ready to try to speed dial us, but we ain't gonna pick up the phone for you, man. Well, the other time that's all decided by the Lord, but still.
Anyway, let me
yeah, you guys have something.
You still with that?
Yeah, it's a lot of it.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, keep going.
Back at 2nd Ezra 9:4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the beginning, Salakia, from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Which is going back to the scriptures from Genesis, man. All right, the Lord going back to what? Going back to Jacob and Esau, man. He told them what's gonna happen. Told Rebecca what's gonna happen since the beginning, man. All right, go ahead, brother.
All right. It's verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
The end is manifest. Matter of fact, get 2nd Ezra 6 and start from 6.
This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
I got Isaiah 41 for you.
Okay, come on. And then right after that, you're going to get Isaiah 41.
This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
Then did I consider these things, and they all...
Matter of fact, go up a little bit. Go up a little bit. To 5. Because the end is made manifest. But we have to realize who's control of all this thing, of everything, man. All right? The Heavenly Father, which his name is YAHAWAH, all right, is in control of all things as we speak right now. This is the Lord's movie. Okay, the Lord is in control, and that Edomite seen that, man. He said, I was irrelevant. All right? They're over there worship, doing the angels over there doing the Father's will. Yahawah, YAHAWASHAI's will over there, man. Which is what? The Lord's will is these prophecies and the redeemed Israel, man.
That's right.
All right? Because the Lord said he wants to give us the kingdom.
Yeah.
You got that, brother? Start from 5.
Go on.
So like-
2nd Ezra 6 and 5.
Mhm.
And the present years were sought out.
Yeah, because the Lord is basically saying, like, he's pondering, like, I made all these things. Go ahead.
And or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned.
Mm-hmm. You go.
Before they were sealed, that have gathered faith for a treasure.
Read that one more time, because that's one of my favorite scriptures right there. Go ahead.
Come on. 2nd Ezra 6 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
And the present years were sought out.
Yeah, meaning like the Lord, before time was, the Lord was, man. But before you even knew what time was, the Lord said, before time was even sought out, I existed. Go ahead.
And or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned.
I mean, like 2/3 of the wicked, man. Really, it's really talking about the wicked, all right? And then it's talking about 2/3 of our people, man. But before their wickedness was aroused, somehow in their mind, all the wickedness that they premeditate. Go ahead.
Before they were sealed, that have gathered faith for a treasure.
Which is talking about the elect, because after the Heavenly Father made YAHAWASHAI made the elect, man, and they created everything we see. Go ahead, brother.
Then did I consider these things.
So the Lord said, then I considered these things.
And they all were made through me alone.
And that's why people should fear the Lord. The Lord is in control of everything, man. The Lord is in control of every single thing. All right? And just like that Edomite said, hey, the Lord loves some and he hates some. He's very tricky. He loves some and he hates some. That's what that Edomite said, man.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, he's
Then he said he put by Esau.
Yeah, man. Damn,
You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Shit.
Done. And through none other, by me also they shall be ended.
And this is why we're seeking and measuring the time diligently himself. Because the Lord gave us clues, man. All right? The Lord didn't give didn't put us in the dark, but we're in the light, so we're seeing what everything's going on. So the Lord said, listen, I'm gonna show my sons what the end is gonna be like, and they're gonna prophesy and tell you people, warn you people, and you guys are gonna and so I can judge this place, man. All right? The Lord said, I'm gonna finish this thing by myself. Man, read that one more time.
Come on.
Salakia.
Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone.
Yeah, because there's no other gods, man. There's only one God. There's a God of the Israelites. There's no other powers. You people walk around here praying to stone, okay? Praying to angels, all right? Praying to demons, okay? Praying to man. Don't you understand the Lord, YAHAWAH, all right? By Hashem YAHAWASHAI and his son ruleth all things. All right? Go ahead, brother.
Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone.
Yeah, that was made by the Heavenly Father himself. Because, of course, he made his son. And his son, he just gave his son the direction. Do this, do that, do that, do that. Boom. So the Lord made everything. The Lord thought about everything, man, before anything existed. Go ahead, brother.
And through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other.
You see, so that's why he was so nonchalant in the because the Lord is busy with prophecies, man. The Lord is ready to bring the kingdom come, man. The Lord's ready to destroy this place called America, which is Babylon, all right, and deliver his people from this place and upon the four corners of the earth and bring judgment to you heathens, man. You heard what that devil said. He said, "Listen, don't tell my wife, but we have a lot of hell to go through, man."
Yeah, he did say that too.
We got a lot of hell to go through. Which is what we're telling you. What the apostle telling you. All you people are talking about, oh, maybe a couple of Edomites. The Lord's gonna have mercy on a couple of Edomites. The Lord is all people could be saved. So you Christians, you go tell that Edomite, okay, that all Christians can be saved, man. He said the Lord's not dealing with him, man. You Hebrews are lucky. You guys are the chosen.
Hey, I'm sorry, brother. While you're talking, I'm just meditating, like, you know, again, this just validates what we've been saying through the Spirit, all you know, starting with the apostle of GMS, because the stuff he said, I have to count, but he said about maybe six different things that we talk about. Right? He probably tackled about, I already know I can hear already 5 already. He tackled over 5 subjects, okay? That proving that when he said he's not important, that proves that the Lord, that means if he's not important, that means let me say it like this. If he's saying I'm not important, that means there had to be somebody, a nation important then, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Who is the important nation then?
Right.
The one important nation, nation of Israel, the one he chose. So that proves there's a chosen. And then you went into then he said there's no hell.
No hell.
So that another proof for us.
Yep.
Right? Then he said
you Hebrews are special.
Special. Okay, God's chosen people in the 12 tribes. So-called blacks, Latino, Native Americans,
and they can receive spiritual power.
Spiritual power.
Because no other I find it really weird how no other groups talk about spiritual power.
Yeah,
and brothers, they don't talk about it.
I'm sorry. Before you go, I'm sorry. But then he said, I want to bet what you said. He said, he's like, yeah, don't tell my wife, but we got a lot of hell to go through. Now, what does that sound like? That sounds like the elder shall serve the younger. Romans 9:13.
Right, and going back to second.
It means that who's gonna go through a lot of hell, man? Other than nations, but the nation of Esau, man, the nation of Edom. You people will go into slavery, man. That's what he said translate to. Slavery.
Wow.
Don't tell my wife this, but we're gonna go through a lot of hell. What does that mean? That means the so-called white man is gonna be slave in the future kingdom to come, which is at hand. You know. So again, all praise, call halal YAHAWASHAI. The Spirit's working, you see it, man, and that's the first video I saw when I woke up. Late today, actually.
That joint.
1:12 o'clock, but everybody was sending messages to each other today. Off that video.
For real.
You know.
I have one more thing.
Go ahead.
Which is a very important part.
Brother.
And the important part is when she asked the Edomite in the bed, she goes, so you met Yahawah? And he goes, is that his name? Showing you what? That the name wasn't even given to him.
Right. He left with no name. And he didn't say nothing back.
Nah.
Oh no, that's not the name. He didn't say nothing like that.
Nah.
You know.
Yeah, and it's funny how he knew that the Hebrews were guys like special people. I find out. Like he knew that the Hebrews were,
He was in the spiritual world.
He was in the spiritual world.
Well, the beautiful thing about it is it was all destined to happen that way. Because look who he talked to. He talked to the wife of a man of the Lord. In GMS. That's it. Okay. This man talked to a wife of a Lord willing. This man's a man of the Lord. All right. We can say that honestly. This guy's a man of the Lord, or hopeful elect. We can say, you know.
Yeah, he's a man of the Lord. Man.
You know. So that's prophecy, man. I mean, excuse me, not prophecy, but that's not a coincidence.
It's basically a testimony, basically, like
you know. And then I'm sorry. And then another thing, he said they always talk about spiritual power, and see how they just finished talking about it, and then that next day or whatever, that situation happened. You know.
People, the thing about it is with these groups, they don't talk about spiritual power because they don't believe, man.
Yeah.
They don't believe that can happen, but it's the Lord says it's gonna happen, so it's gonna happen, man.
Yeah,
it's possible.
Yeah, the Lord said, what I do in these days, you're gonna do, but greater. You're gonna do greater things than these. You know.
Go ahead, brother.
Back in 2nd Ezra 9, verse 9.
No. Go back to 6. Go to 6, because I wanted to get to a point.
Yeah,
real quick.
right.
Slack it is.
2nd Ezra 6, and I'm gonna
let's go 6.
6 again.
Mm-hmm.
Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other.
Right, because the Heavenly Father considering His creation, considering what He thought about, considering what came to fruition, man. All right, go ahead.
By me also they shall be ended, and by none other.
And meaning what? What's going to be ended? Esau's kingdom, Esau's world, man. The Lord said Esau is the end of the world. Okay, so the Lord is meditating on the end of what? Your rulership, Esau, Edom, is over. All right? The Lord's about to bring this place to speed, a quick end, man. All right? We seen a chariot yesterday, by the way, which, you know, we always seeing chariots now. You know, we're not dismayed with the signs of heaven. All right? But we know that's a sign like, you know what, man? We're about to get delivered, man. We're really about to get delivered right here in Babylon, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the time?
You see what Ezra is getting to? Go ahead.
Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
In the beginning of what? Jacob's rulership, which is going to be forever. The end of Esau's rulership, which is the main capital is right here, Babylon, America. All right, in the beginning of what? Jacob's kingdom, which we're going to rule everything with the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him.
Didn't the Lord say he tells you the end from the beginning? Well, that's it right there. Go ahead, bro.
Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
And literally that was a omen. What you I don't know if I'm saying it right. I think that's an omen. What's it called? How you say it? Omen. But basically that hand represents a rulership, man. That hand represents a immediate takeover. Because it wasn't like one baby came out, then another came out, and it was space of time. It was a immediate takeover, man. And mind you, it had his feet. Because the feet is because you have the top of the crown and the feet is the bottom. You know what? He's gonna yank you out of your position, man. Jacob is gonna yank, starting with YAHAWASHAI, he'll come over and yank and take you people out of your throne. Sit down to the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. There is no throne. Go ahead.
Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
See, Esau is the end. So the Lord wants this. Remember, the Lord wants to bring this thing to an end, man. He's gonna bring it speedily, but he's gonna do it with order, man. All right. The Lord is only concerned. Hey, Amos 3:1. The Lord said, "You only have I known out of all the things in the earth." That devil just confirmed. He said, "I was not even a." He was a minute compared to the Lord, man.
Not important.
He was not important, man. All right, the Lord's not dealing with you other nations. The Lord said He's only dealing with the children of Israel, man. Therefore, He's gonna judge us, and you can see our people. I mean, you walk to any hood, anywhere across the country, matter of fact, across the world, and you see the state that our people in, and that's supposed to be for a sign and for a wonder.
Yep.
Go ahead, brother.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Yeah, so Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that followeth. All right, so we know there's going to be a transition. We know that what Daniel 7:18 says, we're going to take the kingdom. But well, how is that going to happen? That's going to happen through spiritual power. Let me get to Isaiah 41.
Is that 41 and 8?
Start with 8 real quick.
Kind of says, Isaiah chapter 41 verse 8, it says, "But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen."
Woo! Jacob, whom I have chosen. The Lord didn't choose nobody else, man.
Yeah, the guy said it.
Think about this for a second. The power that made existence, the power that made YAHAWASHAI is concerned and said, "I've chosen Jacob."
Wow.
Let's go.
Come.
"But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend."
No, now what the Lord choose Jacob for? We're about to see what the Lord chose us for. The Lord chose Jacob to be the rulers of existence, to be the rulers of the galaxies. Do you know what type of stature or what you have to receive or what the Lord's going to give us in order to have that type of stature, man? Spiritual power. The Lord, listen, the Lord, we haven't even scratched the surface when the Lord gives us spiritual power, man. Yeah. You people are going to see power from on high, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's right. Yep. Says, thou, read again, slide. "But thou, Israel, art my," "But thou, Israel, art my servant."
Meaning, look, we serve the Lord. All right? That's what we were born and designed to do. We were created to serve the Heavenly Father, Abba Yahweh. Why YAHAWASHAI, man? Go ahead.
"Jacob, whom I have chosen,"
which are the so-called Black Hispanic Americans.
"the seed of Abraham,"
the seed of Abraham,
my friend.
My friend who the Lord promised, man. The Lord, the Heavenly Father called Abraham his friend. You know how small we are? Go ahead, brother.
"Thou, whom I have taken from the ends of the earth." and called thee from the chief men thereof.
You see, because right now, what? We're in captivity and captives to the chief men thereof. For, wherever Jake is at. Because we don't rule anything. And we have no power nowhere, man. So the Lord's going to take us from the ends of the earth and called us from the chief men thereof. And how's the Lord called us? Through the words, man. And right now what we're doing, we're going, like just like the scripture said, we're going to the gates of the nobles now. Now the Lord took us out of this wicked place and opened up our eyes. We're coming to the chief men thereof and basically tell them like, yo, the Lord's coming to judge this place. And guess what they're going to do? Keep going.
Come. Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth and called thee from the chief men thereof and said unto thee, thou art my servant. I have chosen thee and not cast thee away.
And that's similar to Psalms 23 in the valley of shadow of death. The Lord called us out in the middle of our captivity, man, chose us, man, and declared us and anointed us in the valley of shadow of death, man, and said, listen, you're the chosen. I've chosen you this day, man. All right? I've chosen you to fight for me and be my servant. Go ahead.
Come.
And this real quick, and the Lord said he has not cast us away. Well, why did the Lord say that? Because what, we're people that's been forgotten about, man. Okay, we're the last, listen, the last thing people want to see is so-called Black Native Americans coming together saying, we are the children of we are the sons of the living power.
Yeah.
That's the last thing they want to see, us standing together in great boldness,
right.
praising YAHAWASHAI, YAHAWASHAI, having no fear.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
Yes.
Right.
Come. See, I just got just back up what you said. All let me say it again. All nations, the last thing they want is for the nation of Israel to get the truth, because they know damn well all the hell they put on the nation of Israel.
Right.
So out of all the people that can be God's chosen people, trust me, they don't want the so-called blacks, the so-called Latinos, and the Native Americans to get it, because they know all nations know they oppress them, man.
Right.
They don't want any other nation to have that to be the nation, the God's chosen people, rather than us. Because if we get it, they already know what's gonna happen there. We can put hell on them. Payback.
They were mad Jake came out with a Black Panther movie.
Hell yeah. Moab, right? Yeah. I saw some on that. They were over there holding signs like, what the hell is this? You talking about Moab? What you talking about?
Moab, Esau, everything.
Esau, all of them.
Everybody was hating, yo,
It was
for
mad.
a movie, man. They canceled Luke Cage.
Yo, right.
They
you know,
did that.
Slack, real quick, you know what it is? Yo, the spirit is about spiritual power, right? They're scared of that. Yo, they're scared of that. Yo, they're scared of what could possibly happen, man.
They don't even want us to have that thought of us being powerful.
Yeah.
They don't want the
Damn,
thought.
can have a goddamn show?
Yeah. They don't want that image out there.
They don't want that
image.
Yeah, they don't want that image.
Hey, you know what? That's funny because there's an article, but when I work in in the trades, and we worked in a warehouse, right? And I'll say it like this: there was a big uproar about the Black Panther Halloween costume, but guess who was on the cover? Because it was for kids. So guess what nation was on the cover for selling a Black Panther costume?
Judah.
Edomite. Wow. An Edomite.
Are you serious?
It couldn't even, so Jake couldn't even have because Black Panther is
That's our movie.
That's our movie, right? But they even put Jake for the cover. So it was an Edomite kid wearing costume with his little white hands, you see, and it was a big controversy. But it was funny. I saw that because I remember I made a big deal. I mean, I was joking around, but I was at work and I was like, "Dang," because we worked in a warehouse last year, and it was a comic book factory. It's over there, like I gotta know where it is, in Middletown, New Jersey, and it was a factory where they had they were about to ship out everything Marvel, into society, whatever, and sell it. So it wasn't out yet, but I looked at one package. It had the Black Panther, but it had an Edomite kid on there. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit, man?
That's crazy.
You know? So I forgot about it, but now that Halloween came around, now they selling it. You know, and now it's in the news media. And so what they had to do was they had to they computerized it and just darken the skin. They darkened the skin to like a brown, like not even a black. They just darkened it.
Yeah, it's gonna help.
It still look like a light, you know. But but just to back what the brother's saying, they don't want none of that vibration out there. If they do, not for too long. They canceled Luke Cage, you know. I know when that Black Panther movie came out in China, all Moab hated. It just got bad reviews.
Yeah.
I mean, it got good reviews all over the world, but Moab, they all gave it a thumb. They didn't like it, even though it's like, even though it won, I think I won an Oscar or nominated for one.
Some award.
And it broke all movie records until Infinity War came out, another one, but it broke all movie records. It was the top selling movie of all time.
Yeah.
You know?
And that shows the hatred that you nations have for Jake, man.
That's right.
And that's why we're gonna fuck you nations up. When the Lord gives us the power, when the Lord sees us right, the type of listen, man. We're not gonna have our anger. The Lord's gonna put His anger inside of us.
Yeah.
We're gonna have listen. You heathens, it's gonna be fun doing it. It's gonna be fun to beat you down to dust, man. All right, keep going with the scripture. Slack.
It says, "Fear thou not, for I am with thee."
Yeah, the Lord said, "Fear thou not." But why did the Lord say that? Because the Lord's about to give us power from on high, man. Okay, them angels about to come down in a real way. All right, and meet you heathens, start with you Edomites face to face, man. All right. Go ahead, brother.
"Be not dismayed, for I am thy power."
Real quick, let's go into the definition of dismayed real quick. It's like, I can do it real quick.
What is the scripture?
It's 41, Isaiah 41 and 10. Go into the word.
These brothers are burning too. You guys got something too.
Yeah, slack. Yeah, my bad, slack.
No. Good, man. It's the Holy Spirit, brother.
Getting me amped over.
Yeah.
I ain't quit. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but you got the definition of dismayed? Real quick. Yeah, because the Lord is telling us something right here, man.
I think dismayed means afraid or something like that.
Yeah. Because when you're dismayed, you're like in a shock, like, oh my gosh, what we gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, like there's a whole bunch of us. They're about to come get us. Like, what are we gonna do? Lord said, fear not, don't be dismayed, man.
Come.
You found it?
Yeah, this is from the Hebrew dismayed, sha'ai, and it's to look at or to regard, gaze at or about, to gaze at, regard, behold, look about, to look away, cause gaze to turn away, to look in dismay, gaze about, and there's more.
Yeah, that's basically it. Because when it says dismayed, like when you see these Gurgachu's come upon us, man. All right, don't have a gaze, a scared look. Like, what are we gonna do, man? Look what the Lord said. Go ahead.
Cut. It says, "Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness."
With the right hand of my right. So what does the Lord say He's gonna do? Right? The Lord said, "I will strengthen thee." The elder said Isaiah 40 and 31, right? Well, what that say? It says, the Lord says, "I'll renew your strength." The Lord said, "I will strengthen thee." How's the Lord gonna strengthen us? Well, the Lord, He's about to think about that for a second. The power, the omnipotent power, which means all power, is gonna strengthen you. He's not gonna strengthen you a little bit. He's not gonna strengthen you like how men in this world strengthen you with technology. The Lord's about to strengthen you with something spiritual, man.
HGH.
You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna strengthen you with what man made with steroids. The Lord's about to give you pure energy, man. A pure force, a pure high-powered spirit, man. Do you understand listen, Joshua 23:10, one man is gonna chase 1,000. What type of power is that, man? One man chasing 1,000 men in this day and age?
Yeah, thank you, brother. For water. That's the spirit.
Spirit moving.
Well, I just wanted to break it because he said in this age. That's the point. Not in the age of where sticking stones back in the day. We're talking about a million bullet rounds machine in 1 minute or something like that. 1 million bullets in 1 minute.
Yep.
You got weapons out there that have microwave guns. That if it's pointed at you, it could absorb the water out of your body and microwave your body, basically. You know. You have sound weapons that can burst your eardrums. You have other machines that can stop your heart. You know. You don't see them, but it gives off rays, frequencies. So this is spiritual power. This is weapons we have to fight against, man. Fight against lasers. They have Iron Man suits out there.
Yep.
They have invisible cloaks.
Yep.
Okay. All this stuff. They have nuclear missiles on the water that go at almost the speed of sound. They got jets that break the sound barrier.
Mach 3.
DARPA, you got actually robots that don't feel pain.
Yeah.
That are just gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Target.
They got laser weapons.
Oh, you know they got the dog too. They got the dogs too. They got the dogs.
Oh yeah, I saw the dogs. Yeah, the robot dogs.
They perfected that already. They're showing you that. They're showing their dummy trial. I just watched the movie real quick of and it's DARPA. You know these devils gotta brag. And it was DARPA. I'm gonna send you brothers the link to it. But it's basically it was a DARPA project of a dog of military dogs. That when I talk about this dog was a killing machine. I mean, it had lasers coming out of it. It had the sentry gun in his back, like moving. That's what who's that for? That's for. They know that there's gonna be men that's gonna receive spiritual power. Look, like I said, the Lord got to make this interesting, man. This is gonna be fun. That's why the Lord said, listen, the Lord said, that's a commandment. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Listen, doesn't the scripture say if the Lord is for us, who could be against us? Right. If the Lord is with us, man, listen, the Lord's going to put a mighty spirit upon the men of the Lord. And that's what you devils don't want to see. That's why why do you think that that the Hebrew Israelites are not in your forefront of the news, man? Why do you think that, man? Because they're trying to keep the truth down to they're trying to hide the truth. Go ahead, bro. Anybody want to say something?
I had a precept.
Okay, good.
I think that was done with this one.
Okay, good.
Wait, what verse were you at?
Verse 10.
Yeah, well, you can go to.
Nah, they still, yeah.
Okay.
Go down to 14. Matter of fact, go down to
13.
13?
Yeah.
You gotta go to 13, and then also because I want to get to 15 real quick.
Okay, come on.
13 to 15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
come on. I'll start with 11. Well, I'll read 10 again all the way. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power.
Meaning in the time of trouble, don't be scared, don't be dismayed, man. We're gonna be a little scared, but don't be on some fear, so or to the point where you just losing your mind. The Lord said, "Don't worry about. I'm with you." Go ahead.
I will strengthen thee, yea. I will help thee, yea. I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness.
And the right hand of his righteousness is talking about YAHAWASHAI, man, all the angels, man. That's why you go back to Daniel 21. It said, "Michael shall stand up, that great prince,
For thy people.
for thy people." Go ahead, brother.
Behold, all they that were incensed.
Meaning, incensed, go back to, because when I looked at the word, means scheming against you, meaning setting traps and tumults, that was talking shit behind your back with all that hatred in a roundabout definition. Go ahead.
Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded.
And confounded. Meaning what? They're gonna be shocked when they see these men, these niggas and spicks and tomahawks that was supposed to be nothing, receiving power from on high, man. They're gonna be confused. They're gonna be shocked. They're gonna be ashamed. Why are they gonna be ashamed? Because they ain't never seen power like that before, man.
And they're not gonna know what to do.
Yeah.
I got the word for incense.
Yeah. Okay. Come.
It's in the Hebrew kara, which is to be hot, furious, burn, become angry, be kindled. To be angry with, be incensed.
Speak up too, man.
Yeah, go ahead. So I'll say it again. The word in the Hebrew for incensed is kara, which is to be hot, furious, burn, become angry, be kindled.
Yeah. Doesn't the scripture say, "Why do the heathens rage and imagine a vain thing?" Well, you heathens are incensed against us, man. You're hot against us, especially Edomites. But the Lord said that you're gonna be ashamed and confounded. Because what? We were the princes the whole time. Okay, we were the gods that fell from my first estate, man. The angels that fell from my first estate. All right? The YAHAWASHAI said, "You are gods, all right, and all of you are the sons that live in power, but you shall die like men and fall like one of the princes, man." And that's what we're doing. But the Lord's about to renew our strength. The Lord's about to strengthen us again, man. Go ahead, bro.
If I may say too, the part that's heavy, it says, "All they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed." So they're gonna feel like low down.
Yeah.
Like, damn, we fucked up.
We were the ones that they were the ones the whole time.
Yeah.
Wisdom of Psalm 5.
Wisdom, yeah.
Oh yeah, holding that. Yeah.
You was holding that?
Yeah.
My bad. Hey, brothers, go in, because I could.
Yeah, spirit, bro.
It said, pretty good, bro. It says, but behold, all they that were light incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. You know?
They shall be ashamed and confounded. What does that mean? They're gonna be what? They're gonna be confused. They're gonna be shocked. Okay? They're gonna wonder, well, wow, the whole time we were persecuting people. These are God's chosen people. Go ahead, bro.
Come on. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded,
they should be as nothing.
Wow. The Lord said they should be as nothing. Now, how is that going to happen? It's going to be that's a physical thing, man. A physical thing. They can be as, the Lord said they're going to be as nothing. So all these Gurgatruths, all these technology that Esau has, man, the Lord said they can be as nothing. Go ahead, bro.
And they that strive with thee shall perish.
The Lord said they that strive with thee shall perish. Isn't the government getting ready to strive against us? Go ahead.
Thou shalt seek them, and shalt not find them.
Woo! Thou shalt seek them and shalt not find them. The Lord's being sarcastic, but he's actually being realistic. He's being real. The Lord said you're going to seek them and not find them. Meaning what? We're going to utterly destroy everything moving, man. What type of spirit is that? That's gonna, remember, a lot of times when our forefathers was going to war, they would say the spirit of the Lord came mightily upon me, man. Well, that's about to happen again, man. In Acts part 2, the spirit of the Lord is going to be mightily upon us. And the Lord's telling you that's going to happen. Go ahead.
Come on. Thou shalt seek them and shalt not find them, even them that contended with thee.
Woo! And who's contended with us? Our main contender is Esau.
Yeah.
Edom and their government. That's our main contender, man.
That's right.
All right? Go ahead.
They that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught.
Meaning that we're going to beat you down to dust. You're going to rule you're going to lose your power. We're going to take your power away from you. We're going to take your rulership away from you through the power of YAHAWASHAI. Lord said that these armies are going to come against thee. It's going to be as nothing. They're going to be as naught.
No thing.
Woo.
Yeah, the Hebrew word for naught in that scripture is apos. Apos, and it means ceasing and finality. Finality.
Wow. Final ceasing end.
You see?
Yep.
So it's going to be an end. It's going to be an end.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be, you can be as nothing. It's gonna be an end to what you was coming to do. Finished.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
For I, the Lord, thy power will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee.
Now, what do you do with a child when you hold their right hand? You lead them. You're basically taking them something. You're basically leading them, man. So the Lord basically saying, I'm gonna control you. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, showing you is going to be the spiritual power from him. He's going to bless us with that power to fight against our enemies. That's why the whole chapter, or earlier in the verse, he said what? Fear not, I will strengthen thee. You know? So that power is going to come from, and it's not going to be from fucking, like these niggas have fucking guns. It's not going to be fucking guns. It's not going to be by our own power.
Good.
You know, by how good we aim a fucking bullet, you know? How many, how many quick we can reload, you know? Because Jake's carnal, you know? Like, niggas that call themselves Israelites, they want to have guns, yeah, you know? But it's not going to be on us. It's going to be from the power on them. That's why he said in Ezekiel, we're going to have the Lord's anger, you know? The Most High's anger, not ours, you know?
God.
Because niggas, you know, they just want to glory themselves. But really, we got to give that glory onto the Most High, man.
Yeah, everything.
Because the stuff that we do, we're going to be like, yo, YAHAWASHAI, you know? If you shoot a nigga, you can be like, yeah, that's me, because I aimed it, you know? Because that carnal thought.
That carnal
you know?
thought, yeah, body them,
Yeah.
God. It says, for I, the Lord, thy power will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee.
So Yahawah just slightly.
And I'm sorry if I could just add what you just said. It just gave me a beautiful image, man. Okay, when the brother just said, when I read it, it said, I'm sorry, fear. What verse was that? Yeah,
going back to
13.
13.
It says, for I, the Lord, thy power will hold thy right hand. All right. Saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. And his brother gave a beautiful one, because I just said image saying the Lord's just like when you have a little child. And we are the children of Israel. What do you do with a child? You say, don't worry. You know, you teach him how to walk, whatever. You know, you with your child, 2 years old, 3 years old. You know, you grab. What do? You grab his right hand, and that right hand represents righteousness, by the way. Yeah. So you're grabbing that right hand, and you're leading your child. You're leading him the path. That's the exact words you say to your child.
Yeah.
He grabs your hand, and as a father, you walk him through. You know. So what do you think the Lord's gonna do with us? That's literally what this script was saying. The Lord's gonna grab our right hand because we are His right hand, and He's gonna lead us through, because He is our Heavenly Father, and He's gonna lead us through that path with the spiritual power, man. Yep. That's a beautiful analogy, man. Yep. Or just back on what the brother said and what the Spirit is saying through the scriptures. Okay? So that's what we got to look at it, man. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Can I bring out a quick how the Lord is going to hold us by the hand and pretty much guide us, right? This is Psalms chapter 18, verse 32. It is the Most High that girdeth me with strength and maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds' feet, and setteth me upon my high places. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken in mine arms.
David, right?
That's King David is giving all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWASHAI. He knows it's not of his own strength.
Yeah, he always did.
You know? Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand hath holded me up. Holding me up.
Right.
Yep.
I'm sorry, just before you go, you know, beautiful thing when you go back and read, like the Chronicles, King David Kings, right? When you read it, or any of these, right? There's an always thing that happens when King David was about to take down a nation. I always love reading it. The Lord said, He said, go on to these people. No, David was like, yo, what should I do, Lord? Should I go to these Philistines and fight, or what should I do? Or even when you read Samson, the Lord always said, do not fear. They will be given unto your hands this day. Every time you read it, and then you just feel that King David, just because he didn't know, he always went to the YAHAWASHAI to get answers or to decide what he would do. And then the Lord always said, fear not. That's the first thing he said. Fear not, I will give this nation unto you. How does it say? Well, give this onto your hand. What does it say? I will give this nation onto your hands. They will fall before you. You know, something like to that effect. But the way the Lord would say it would be very powerful. But the thing was, fear not. So when someone tells you that before you go to war, don't worry, you're gonna win that day. So you can just imagine how probably. So he just the amps, because basically he's saying, look, you're not gonna lose, just go fight. Right. And that's what he did. you know, that's what the Lord. That's what I'm trying to say. So the Lord's telling us, look, don't worry, you're gonna take him down. I'm giving you spiritual power. Don't worry. So that's when the time actually hits the fan, and we get put in front of that test or whatever happens, surrounded by 1,000 men or 100, 500 men, we always have to go back and remember what the Lord told us, man. You know, and hey, he might be speaking to us in that day. Who knows? But if whether he's not or he is, he's telling us now what the deal is, man. We're not supposed to fear, okay? Because why? We have the fear of the Heavenly Father. Nothing else matters. We're not scared of nothing else.
And I believe it was last week you were talking about Daniel the 12th chapter, how knowledge shall be increased. So like the big thousands of numbers against us, but also the increased technology that this devil will have. You know, at the latter days, the knowledge shall be increased. What the technology of this devil? You know, so how much more so do we have to rely on the Lord? You know, for the spiritual powers.
You know? That's right, yeah.
So Psalms 18 and 35, thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand hath holded me up, and thy gentleness hath made me great. All right, so it's the Lord's loving kindness and tender mercies that make us great. You know what I mean? Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, that my feet did not slip.
Wow.
You know? Hey, you know, that's the point right there. The scriptures say it all right there, man. The Lord gives us, the Lord is our power, man.
The Lord is our power.
You know, that's why when what was that? In Judges, when at the lake there was like 2,000 men, and the Lord trimmed down the numbers to 300.
Yeah, it's like 300. Gideon.
Yeah, Gideon. They trimmed down. You know why? Because if it was a great army of 2,000 people, the people would get big-headed and thinking that it was them. Yeah. You know. Yeah. But what? Now here it is. You putting just 300 men up against a large army. You know it wasn't of your own power. It was the Lord. You know.
And the Lord's about to do that again this time, man. Because we're few in number. You know.
Back to here.
Yep.
Okay, verse 13, Isaiah 41 and 13. For I, the Lord thy power, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. Fear not, thy worm Jacob.
That's the part. I always meditate on that. We're worms, man. You ever observed a worm? Wow. A worm is defenseless. We're worms, man. But look what the Lord said He's gonna do to a worm. look what the Lord. See, this is the power we're dealing with. We're dealing with a power that can make a worm a new. Oh man, because there's nothing impossible when it comes to the Lord. This is, and I'm speaking to myself. There is nothing impossible for Yahawah.
Oh yeah, well.
There's nothing impossible, man. The Lord's about to make us a. Let me just read the slide.
Okay, cut. All right, cut. It says, "Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel."
See, the Lord is telling us, right, just like the elder said. Listen, the Lord's already telling us already, man. And so in that day, we're already programmed. Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
And strength of salvation.
And strength of salvation. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, nah, you get it, brother. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel.
Because we're worms. We're worms compared to Esau's technology, man. Just like what the other said, we're not taking up no. How's a worm gonna take out a weapon on his own? We can't do it on our own, man. Go ahead, bro.
I will help thee, said the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel.
Which is talking about YAHAWASHAI for you Old Testament niggas. It says, and. It says,
that's right.
It says, saith the Lord, which is all capitals, we're talking about Yahweh, and thy Redeemer, and your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, which is who? YAHAWASHAI. Go ahead, brother.
Come on, redeem means it's talking about the Lord because it's a redeemer.
And that's his name.
But if you further don't understand, well, read means back and deem means to buy. So back by. How do you back by? Who is Israel bought back by? Well, by the blood, none other than the blood of YAHAWASHAI when he was sacrificed. We are brought back to the Heavenly Father by the Redeemer dying for us. Okay. So it says, yeah, and that Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. It says, behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth.
Stop. Let's meditate on that for just a little bit. The Lord says, behold. When the Lord says, behold, he says, you'll see. Like the Lord says, look, like listen to us, like see what I'm about to tell you right now. The Lord says, I'm gonna make you. Listen, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. You wanna look at that word teeth?
Yeah.
Real quick.
Teeth?
Because what type? Yeah.
What
That's Isaiah 41 and 15.
Oh, yeah.
He said, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. What does that mean? Spiritual power. That's what the Lord's talking about. The Lord's not talking about, well, have you pick up some Esau's carnal weapons, all right, and you're going to get busy. No, the Lord says, listen, I gave Esau his blessing, and now you're about to receive your blessing, man.
Yeah.
Going back to Hosea 2, I think it's 12 and 2. All right, when it talks about Jacob and the whole situation he had when he wrestled the angel.
Yeah.
Because that whole story is coming back, nothing under the sun. Wasn't Jacob running from Esau before he wrestled the angel?
Right.
He was running from you, scared that Esau was gonna come and kill him. Same thing again. We're still running from we're not running, but we know that Esau still has that promise that he said to himself and that he said he's gonna do. All right, meaning the Edomites are following the promise that their forefather Esau said about what he's gonna do to Jacob. He said, "I'm gonna after I mourn my father Isaac, I'm gonna kill Jacob, man. I'm gonna kill Jacob." All right, and we still know that, man. All right, and there's nothing new under the sun. You found the word for teeth?
Yeah. Basically, it says tooth, edge, or mouth.
Okay, which means what? The Lord's what does a tooth or edge or mouth do? We'll look at a lion. All right, look at an animal that catches his prey with his teeth. All right, it's a killing instrument, man. The Lord said He's gonna make us a killing instrument. That's what that means. The Lord's about to make us a killing instrument. Yeah, come on.
I got a quick precept.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
Going back to Israel, the Lord's talking about Israel. He says, "You are my battle axe and weapons of war."
Yeah, listen up, IUIC dummies. Did it say protesting masters?
Right.
Stop the violence.
Yeah, stop the violence. You fucking anyway. Well, I'm gonna waste.
The
my
Lord
time
wants
on that.
violence.
I'm not gonna waste my time.
Yeah, let's not waste
Yeah.
They're reprobates.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Yeah.
Yep. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
Meaning what? The Lord's gonna turn us into weapons, and Jeremiah seen what the Lord's what we're gonna do to your technology in this precept right here. Go ahead, brother.
For with thee will I break thee in pieces the nations.
So the Lord says, with Israel, with the elect, He's gonna break in pieces the nations. All right, that's what we want you. We want you nice. We want you nice, fat, and proud.
Yeah, well, you
know what I'm saying?
If we can find a pride coming before a great fall, you know. So ain't nothing better than for a man to fall this way, full of pride, you know. And the Lord gave you many things to be full of pride for, which is number one. Esau gave technology. He gave him the most advanced technology and things known to man. You know, the best civilization known to man. You know, so of course this civilization, this current modern day civilization, America or the elites, the fakinati, they're gonna think they are the it factor. Yeah. They're gonna think, okay, we're gonna rule forever, man. This, you know, we have stuff that's never been seen on planet Earth before. You know, we have, they just have so much control, but it just shows what the Lord did that on purpose, man. Right. For many reasons, for their technology to prove His power, because He's gonna take it out like that, and then also to build up their pride. Yeah. Because when you're as high as they are, and then to be brought down to that low, like that low, it's just gonna, you know what I mean? That's like beating a heavyweight boxer who's been whipping everybody's ass for 10 years and has been doing it, beating everybody in immaculate fashion. And here goes some dude out of nowhere. Just crushing him, KOs him in one blow. Yep. That's what we're talking about here, man.
And then what happens to that unknown power? His name is known, right?
Yeah. Right.
Real quick, this is Romans chapter 9, verse 17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose I have raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
That's right.
So the Most High YAHAWASHAI is building up, you know, the new spiritual Pharaoh, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, bringing him up for a fall to what? Declare his name throughout the whole land, man. You know?
That's right, man.
That makes complete sense, man.
That's the power of the Holy Father, man. That's like I always love my analogies. That's like you know, that's like Bruce Lee. You know how amazing he is.
Yeah, you know Bruce Lee was like
and then somebody coming out and beating him with 2 punches, you know? That would, you know, or somebody like Michael Jordan, how great he is, his immaculate record. And that's like some dude, they cut off. This stupid thing's not charging, man?
Damn, it's not.
It's whatever. Anyway, it's like, yeah, it just went, it's going down 10%. We're about to finish soon anyway. You guys gotta go. So yeah, that's like, almost like your Michael Jordan in the NBA, and you got some guy out of nowhere coming out of nowhere and score 400 points, 100 points a game for 4 games in a row.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, some guy coming out of nowhere right now in the league, you know? You know, that's the greatness of the Most High's power.
Yes, I like it.
Because
think about it. We're the nobodies. Nobody. Yeah. Sorry.
We got
okay.
20%.
I was gonna say nobody expects us to be the saviors.
Yeah. Like a nobody. Yeah. That's right.
Well, you mentioned it before with Wisdom of Solomon 5, the strangers of their salvation, because so far beyond anything they look for, right? Well, that goes in part with the chariots, but they know that the chariots is coming. That's why they're building the space army. So, far beyond anything they ever expected, they're expecting the chariots coming, but they ain't expecting that spiritual power, man. Right. You know?
Con.
That's a part of it. The
they're not
strangers of the
that
salvation.
Spiritual power, man.
Yeah.
We'll do another 10 minutes, brothers.
Okay.
But yeah, let's just finish.
Let's finish.
It says, "Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small."
And when it talks about the mountains, it's talking about the governments, okay? The governments is talking about what? Nations of people, man.
That's right.
This is not talking about love and powers.
That's right.
Right? This talk about a power that's gonna give great judgment to you heathens for what you've done to the children of Israel, man. Start with you Edomites. Yeah. And then after that, you stinking Hamites, man. Can't stand you Africans, man.
Yeah, man. For real.
Good, brother.
Con. It says, yeah. So like, thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff.
What does that mean? Because we're talking about small governments. The hills are small governments. Make the hills as chaff. What do you mean? We're gonna beat you down physically with the powers from on high, man. Lord willing that we get that power, and the Lord says we are, man. You know, but we always say Lord willing, man.
I got a scripture. I'll finish off the last standard against them, and then you guys.
Oh man, yeah.
I was hoping that for a minute.
Yeah, Con. This is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel, the sons of Israel, out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought it up the sons of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers, falling in line with the promises given to the children of Israel. All right, but here's the point. Behold, I will send thee many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. All right, so, and we can't do that without spiritual powers, man. These devils are have their have their doomsday bunkers in other lands out there in New Zealand and in Switzerland and things like that, man. You know what I mean? They're gonna be hunkered down with armies and all these things. How are we gonna get in there, man, without spiritual powers, man?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Just to back up what the brother saying, he's absolutely right through the spirit. Yeah, because the brother mentioned underground bunkers and whatever have you. Yeah, you're gonna, for us to locate them, we're gonna have spiritual power.
Right.
Hence X-ray vision. We're gonna look underground and say, damn, we're not gonna say where are they, but you're gonna be in the wilderness somewhere. All of a sudden, you're gonna look down on the ground and say, wait a minute, I can see through the ground and see an undercover base. That's where all these Edomites are hiding. You're gonna be able to have X-ray vision, man, to seek out whoever you need to destroy.
That's right. How else would you find them?
Absolutely. Yeah, God. Basically, what Apostle Taro says, we're gonna be sentinels, man.
Yeah.
If you watch the movie Matrix, we're unstoppable. Like we're just gonna be programmed by the Lord. Literally programmed. Yeah. We're gonna be programmed sentinels, man. Yeah. Hey, that's how the Lord did it. Go ahead, brother.
For mine eyes are upon their ways, and they shall not. They are not hid from my face. Neither is their iniquity hid from mine eyes. All right. So we're gonna have the vision, like the elder said. He said it perfectly. Yeah, we're gonna be able to see through walls, see through the ground, and sniff out. How else is Esau Edom gonna be eradicated off the face of the earth? Obadiah, the first chapter. Every one of them shall be taken off. How are we gonna do that if one of them is one got away and he's hiding in a bunker somewhere, man?
And just to elaborate too, because it said mountains. Mountains represents the top governments,
right?
All right, like England, China, Russia, and all that, right?
Yep.
The hills represent the smaller countries, the smaller governments, and then the clefts of the rocks represent your churches. Represent the churches. So basically, we're gonna that just covers
clean
everything.
Sweep, clean sweep.
Clean sweep, like brother's saying. But one thing I always love to bring out, and I always remember, like Apostle R said, them hills represent them churches, them Israelite churches too, them other camps. We're gonna be coming after you through the spirit.
Right.
And I always remember when in the crowd when I was early in the camp, he gave his example with that script. He said, yeah, man, he's talking about the people on the comment board, like scoffers from other camps.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, they're gonna make their comments and you're gonna be on the comment board, but then we're just gonna use our spiritual power. Put our hands, yeah, you're gonna put our hands to the computer and just choke the shit out of you, man. I always remember that when he put with that script. We're referring to the hills, So yeah, you other hills, whatever way, form, or fashion, the most I want you to go down. Hey man, we're gonna be doing immaculate things through the spiritual power to get at you. Through the glory and the power of YAHAWASHAI.
This is Psalms 82, and I'll start at verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. Verse 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High.
And when you go back to children, that goes back to the word abundance, means sons.
Verse 7. But ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Verse 8, the strength. Arise, O Most High, or O Power. Judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations.
Wow. And that's self-explanatory right there. And then that's what the Lord's going to do. Because that's what the Lord promised his son. Back to Psalms 2. He said, I'll give you the heathen for thy inheritance. And then when you go back to Revelation 2:25, YAHAWASHAI said, I'm gonna give you the same thing that my father gave it to me. And what's that? Ruling over the nations, man. YAHAWASHAI said we're gonna rule the nations with a rod of iron, man. What does that mean? He said we're gonna break them down into shivers, as potter's clay, as shivers, man. As the vesturer's clay. You know, I'm sorry, I might be saying potter's clay.
Yeah.
That's a
Potter's
Hey,
clay.
man, Lord gonna take care of his men, man.
Yeah, man. This is what this is talking about. We're talking about the Lord got our back, man, and spiritual power is coming soon, man. We're constantly gonna bring that out, man, because we believe, man, that spiritual power is coming soon. If the Lord gave these devils, these heathens, spiritual power on the left hand side, which I've seen spiritual power on the left hand side.
Yeah.
How much more on the right hand side, man?
Yeah, the spiritual power on the left can only get you like a few inches off the ground.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm just saying with the magic tricks.
with the demonology and
Oh,
shit.
yeah,
Little
shit.
tricks.
Yeah, the little tricks and shit like that.
Look at me.
Yeah, look at me. I'm 3 inches off the ground. Yeah, you
Right.
know. You know, but this world thinks that's
With
incredible.
power,
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's right.
Because we're really
Yeah.
because when you go back to the movie X-Men and all that kind of stuff, X-Men, you got you got Avengers, you got these Marvel comics. They're really talking about us, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We're really we're the real X-Men.
Yeah,
All right? Because we've been X'd out of the earth, but y'all soon gonna realize, man, that we're the ones, man.
Yep.
Through the power and spirit of YAHAWASHAI. We are Yasha Allah, man. We the sons, we're the princes with God. We're the princes with the living power, man. We are heirs to the throne, man. And the Lord's about to make it real plain in the whole world's eyes of who he's dealing with. And guess what? Everybody has cell phones. What do you think people's gonna do when they see a person being healed or a person walking? Everybody's gonna be like this. What is people gonna do when they see a man of Lord flying, man? What do you think people's gonna take? If people see a whole bunch of Gurkha troops coming after men of the Lord and the Howards and Bowers, just reading the Bible, and we all call upon YAHAWASHAI, what do you think's gonna happen? Man, Salaki on that one. It was just zoning out.
Nah, you good. Anybody got something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got and then you got one, right?
Yeah.
So this is Psalms 110 and 3. It says, "Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power."
That's right. You read that again. Huh?
You know, it's Psalms 110 and 3.
That's funny, yo. I forgot about
You
that.
gotta read that 2 or 3 times.
Right.
brother.
Got to. Right. It's Psalms 110 and 3. It says, "Thy people shall be willing," and it says thy people. It says our people, man. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that come against this truth. All right, that don't believe that you are the sons of the Most High. Right, you are going to be willing in that day, man. I'll read it again. It says, "Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power," man. What's the day of thy power? That's basically the topic of the show, when the Most High endows us with that spiritual power, man. When we're able to do the things that we speak about, because now when we talk about it, you be like, "Oh, you guys are crazy, man."
Yeah.
Right? You guys
Plugged out.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because the things we say, it's spiritual, and you're not spiritual.
And it's not even. We're not even saying like the back of what we're saying here. We're not even saying things of the norm, you know.
Yeah.
We're saying things that like you literally see in comic books. We're talking about we're literally gonna fly. Well, we're saying it because it's in the scriptures. We're going to fly, all right, like a bird, like an eagle, man.
Yeah.
All right. Tell that to your mama or your daddy or your grandpa. They're gonna look at you like, man, hell, what kind of cult this motherfucker, man?
You're gonna run like the Flash.
Yeah, you're gonna run like the Flash.
Yeah.
We're gonna take down one man shall take down 1,000. I mean, the scriptures say that. Well, I mean, that's why we look at our great heroes like Samson. We love Samson. We love Benaniah. We love King David. These are our heroes, man. We love them because they are our forefathers, man. And at the end of the day, we are them reincarnated anyway. You know, all these great men, we are those men anyway, the prophets, and they are heroes. You know, that always stood. Hey, well, scriptures talk about they stood so stiffly for the word. They elect. You know.
Real quick, what it say about because this is David, because this is David's infantry being the breaches thereof. We're closing the breaches thereof. Like what?
Well, the house of David.
The house of David.
The house of David brought back. You know, because there was a house of Saul, and there was a house of David. You see how the Lord always has that too, that drama.
He does.
Because even when King David was put king, he wasn't put the king yet. He had to go into Saul, and he had to kind of go through shit with Saul to get to that. You know,
a lot of shit.
a lot of stuff, man. So even for King David to become king, he had to go through hell to get that position. You know, and his life was at stake and all that kind of. He had to flee. He had to look like a man at one point too. You remember one time he had to act crazy.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't get killed. You know, he had to do a lot, man.
Yeah, he did.
He had to look like a fool for the Lord. You know. So basically, the point is, hey man, we look at our forefathers as heroes, and he's going to give us that same power. I lost my train of thought, but that was it.
I actually wanted to bring up
Go ahead.
a quick scripture because you was like, oh, you know, you're gonna look at us like we crazy. Oh, these guys are crazy and this and that. Well, that's because they're carnally minded. We are spiritually minded. So, quick precept. This is Romans 8:6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So, you know, what we're speaking is bringing us life and peace. What life? Eternal life.
Yeah, because no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's a lot.
Right.
And peace through the scriptures, comfort, because it comforts us. Go ahead, it's a lot.
Nah, you good, brother.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, so pretty much the scriptures is our comforter, you know, our way of life, you know, our everything. And you niggas have the carnal mind, which is death, you know, which is what's gonna, that's what your reservation is, you know. So
I like the.
So it's so pleasant to say master.
Yeah,
right.
That's what your reservation is.
Yeah,
right?
reservation for death.
That was very poetic, brother.
Right,
So eloquently said.
Yeah. It was very, yeah. Sometimes it even hurts that way more.
Yeah.
That was it, brother?
yeah, that was it.
You got something else?
Nah.
Okay. So we'll finish up with that. So we finish up with one more script. This is a lift standard. You can break it down.
Yeah, gotta bring that out.
This is Isaiah chapter 59. The points in 19. It's actually at the 21 is the last verse. We'll see. We're going to Might just finish it up. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 17. I'll start from.
Real quick, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
God must need to go to 14. Real quick, slack.
14 again?
Yeah, no, go to 59, 14, then you can jot down to 19.
Oh, okay. Come, okay.
Slack.
It says Isaiah chapter 59, verse 14. It says, "And judgment is turned away backward."
And how is judgment turned away backwards, man? Judgment is turned away backwards because we see a lawless society right here in Babylon, and what's been happening? All these other countries been drinking the cup of this wicked place, man. All right.
Come. And judgment is turned away backward, and justice standeth afar off.
And justice standeth far off. I mean, there's no justice in this place, man.
Hell, yeah,
Look how many,
right.
look how many of our people's being killed all the day long, murdered.
Come.
Look what's happened to the men of the Lord.
Come.
Go ahead, brother.
Come. It says, and justice standeth afar off, for truth is fallen in the street.
So truth is falling in the street. Yesterday, was it a big crowd with us yesterday?
Nope.
There wasn't a big crowd with us yesterday.
No,
Truth is falling in the streets.
And for truth is fallen in the street, and equity cannot enter.
Equity cannot enter. Look up that word equity real quick, Bob.
Equity, I believe, is means the same thing as justice.
Equity?
Which is like justice, I think so, but I just wanted to know.
Yeah. Come.
Where you at? What's that?
Equity.
Isaiah 59
and
14?
14. No.
Was it 15?
Yeah, 14.
Okay, good.
And it says, and equity cannot enter.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to skip to verse 17. It says, for he put on righteousness as a breastplate.
Wait, real quick. No.
Yeah.
Keep going down real quick with that 15.
Am I going?
Yeah, because it says the truth, they make themselves a prey.
Okay, come.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to read the rest of it.
Yeah, they departed from evil and make them submit. Yeah.
And it says, it says, and judgment is turned away backward, and justice standeth afar off. For truth is fallen in the street.
Truth is falling in the streets. Which is what? The men of the Lord prophesy in the houses and byways on YouTube. Okay, truth is falling in the street.
And equity cannot enter. The brother got an equity.
Right. It's the word is na-kaka. It's straight. What was it? Equity, right? It says straight in front, be in front, straightness.
Which means a position of difficulty, right?
But
Well,
it's
it's
straight
saying
differently, because straight is written differently when it's position of difficulty.
It's saying
okay.
it meaning upright,
Oh, it's like GHT.
right. Righteous.
IT.
Is IT straight? Well, that means difficult. Oh, okay, good.
Well, equity is just basically talking about it right. Read it again.
Yeah, read that
Like
again.
equity?
Yeah, go on that
Equity
definition.
is
real quick.
straight in front, being right. Read it, you say?
Equity, right?
Straight in front, be in front of straight, right, straightness.
Yeah, so just being
okay.
upright, straight, righteous.
Right, that's
Equity
exactly
meaning righteous.
Yep. Yeah, so it means right, upright, being but to follow the commandments, trying to be perfect,
Yeah,
being upright.
It says properly straightforward. That is figuratively in integrity.
Integrity. Okay, so the elder was right. You see. So go ahead and read that again, Slide.
Come, it says and it says
Uprightness. So it says uprightness too. Yeah.
Oh, uprightness. See, and it says uprightness. So go ahead.
come, And it says, and judgment is turned away backward. It goes right with what we're reading.
And see?
And justice standeth afar off, for truth is fallen in the street, and equity cannot enter.
And be upright. You can't enter because we're in a wicked place, man. All right? They don't want nothing to do with this. The world hates us, so that's why we can't enter this place. We don't want to enter this world.
Yeah, how can it be
this place?
How can righteousness enter in when this place is wicked?
Wicked.
You know, yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey.
That's the point right there. He that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey. Going back, what? We're worms. We're making ourselves a prey right now because we're standing for YAHAWASHAI.
Come on.
And we have no weapons of warfare. We have no weapons. We're not threatening anything. All we're doing is reading the scriptures and breaking it down and saying, "Thus saith the Lord." And you people hate us, man. What do you think the Lord's gonna do to you when He touches elect? Keep going, brother.
Come. If I might add too, it said and make yourself a prey, meaning too also you're gonna be sought after just by doing the right things. Stupid thing here. So making yourself a prey. I'll read it again. It says, stupid thing. Sorry. What is that? 59.
Yeah, 59. 59. Yep.
Okay, yes, Lord. It says, yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil. Who's departed from evil? Well, the men of the Lord. The men of the Lord depart from evil. And guess what? What happens when you depart from evil and try to do the right thing? Make himself a prey. So just by doing the right things in society, you're going to be hunted down, man. You know, just by doing the right thing. That's why we always say, we always say through the Spirit, and when what the Lord said, when you get into this truth, just get prepared for your whole family to turn against you, man. Because it said to make yourself a prey. It says, and the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment.
You got it.
Nah, you got it.
Oh yeah, the Lord seen it. And read that one more time.
Yeah, it says yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey, and the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment.
See, the Lord saw it, and it displeased what? It pleased him that there was no judgment, man. So what's the Lord gonna do? All right, meaning what? The Lord is gonna do something about it, man. Yeah. The Lord said it displeased him to see what your people are doing to the men of the Lord, man.
Guess what He's gonna give him, brother? Yeah, it says and he saw that there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor.
So the Lord's like, what's going on over here? Like the Lord knows what's going on, but what He's saying is like He's like, look at this, man. There's nobody standing up for my men, which are standing up for me.
And you said intercessor, like you broke down.
And the intercessor, there's nobody standing up saying, no, these men are right. That's people in the highways, the byways. The judgment, or when you guys ready to do what you're doing, there's no government official, no politician, no person of high stature that can say something, all right, and the people believe that's standing up for us, man. There's nobody, man.
Yeah, that's right, brother. Because back with the brother saying, intercessor comes from the word intercession, which means like something who pleads for someone else, or a prosecutor, or someone who pleads for someone else's case. So who are the people who are pleading for the people who are doing the right things on earth? Nobody. Right? It was only the Lord. The Lord's doing it. He's not here, but on earth, who's doing that? Nobody's trying to tell us or fight for us, and plead for us for all right things that we're doing through the Spirit. It says, and therefore his arm, I'll read again, and he saw that there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore his arm brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness, it sustained him.
Which is YAHAWASHAI is going to step in there, man. Okay, and different things. YAHAWASHAI, before YAHAWASHAI, the angels, the Lord's gave his spiritual power. His right hand represents righteousness. That's why YAHAWASHAI stands first and foremost. But righteousness comes with the Heavenly Father. Everything on the right hand side, the Lord's going to give us, man. All right? Because why? Because nobody's standing up. Nobody's making intercession for them. So what? Right before your eyes, you can see the power from on high, man. Go ahead, brother.
Come. Yeah, it says, yeah. Therefore his arm brought salvation unto him. Yeah, the Most High's arm, his righteousness. And his righteousness, it sustained him.
Ooh, and his righteousness.
Yeah, the men who believe. The men who believe this righteousness is going to sustain you walking in the right way. It says, for he put it on, because why? It says, for he put on righteousness as a breastplate. Wow. and a helmet of salvation upon his head.
Getting ready for war, man. He's getting ready to come get his little brothers, man. All right? That's what our heavenly brothers, YAHAWASHAI, all the angels, Maka Ya'Allah, Rapah Ya'Allah, Yuri Ya'Allah, okay, Gabar Ya'Allah, and all the other angels, man, come and go. They're watching us, man, and they suiting up.
Yeah, I think that Edomite said it was like a lot of
a lot of activity going on up there. There's a lot of activity going on up there. Yeah.
Yeah. Meaning what? They're getting ready for something.
They're getting ready for something.
You know. And I remember Elder Zachariah, he always used to like in the spirit, not joke around, but saying in the spiritual where the angels are getting ready, doing push-ups, they're sharpening their sword. Yeah, sharp, sharp, out. So, they're getting ready, man.
Getting ready.
And that was just more confirmation. He said there's a lot of commotion going on up there, man. One of the first things he said was, "Did you guys get the spiritual power yet?"
Man, that's like really heavy.
That's gonna be. I'm meditating on that all night.
Yeah, for real.
He was like, "Yo, did you? He's like, did you get the spiritual power yet?" He was like, "Oh, well, you guys are gonna get it."
And plus, it wasn't even really him at the end of the day. It was a spirit,
Yeah, because afterwards, when she went back, and mind you, she wasn't even supposed to watch over him. Remember? She said that. She said that.
That wasn't her patient.
No, it wasn't her patient. She just happened to watch over him. And then when she went back to speak to him again, he didn't remember anything that he said.
Oh, that was the same day?
Yeah, the same day. When he went back to her, when she went back to him, the patient, to talk to him again, he didn't remember anything.
Wow, I thought it was a different day.
Nah, it was the same day. And then that's when he was like, "What? God, I'm not even religious."
Yeah, he was.
Showing you the spirit.
That's man. Yeah, come man. I keep reading. It says, and while we're reading this, it's talking about the men who are doing the right things and they have no intercession man for them. This is what they're gonna receive. This is how they're gonna walk. Okay, it says, for he put on a righteousness as a breastplate, the elect, and a helmet of salvation, right, upon his head, which is the faith and the belief in the YAHAWASHAI. And he put on the garments of vengeance for clothing, and was clad with zeal as a cloak. According to their deeds, accordingly he will repay fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the islands he will repay recompense. Yeah, and the adversaries represent everybody who's adverse to you in your life. Your woman, people at your job, people who give you hell on your life.
A lot of adversaries. Yeah.
You got a lot of adversaries in this truth, man.
Own family too.
So anybody you got on your list who was adverse to you while you making this walk in this truth, we're gonna fucking pay them back, man. The men of the Lord are gonna have their time through the spirit of YAHAWASHAI. That's why you better not cross the man of the Lord. And trust me, we've been crossed. And everybody who's crossed, the Lord willing, man of the Lord, the men of the Lord are gonna go back and get them, man, all in righteous. Yeah. So it says, so don't worry, brothers. You're getting help from a cop or some demon in your family, or your woman did something atrocious to your ass. We got plenty of cases of that. Taking away your kids from you, can't see the kids. Putting you on child support. Got you. Oh well, I ain't gonna go into getting personal business, but we got a situation with a brother locked up over some bullshit, man.
Crazy, man.
What do you think is gonna happen to the person who set their brother up to get locked up? That's an adversary, man. So again, it says, adversaries, recompense to his enemies, to the islands he will pay recompense. That's the other nations, the heathen nations. Pay back. Yep. It says recompense to his enemies, to the islands he will repay recompense. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. Yeah, so who are the men who are going to be able to do this, bro? The men of the Lord, who fears the name.
That's what I'm saying. See that came up? That name, because look, going back to what he's like, that's what's his name? That name is very important, man. Because that's how we're gonna receive our power. Calling on our power. YAHAWASHAI, help us. Help me.
Come.
Yeah, in the name. We're gonna call that's what
in the name, man. Yeah, YAHAWASHAI, help me. Because look, go back to
the so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west.
So who's the one fearing the name of the Lord? Because we're gonna be crying for the Lord to deliver us. YAHAWASHAI, help. Go ahead.
Come. And hey, man, just like watching Dragon Ball Z cartoons, it said, Yami, Kami, Yahweh, whatever you saying, Yeah. Hey, I know what I'm gonna be doing. You know, Lord willing, when that day happens, if I'm being surrounded by soldiers, Lord, I'm gonna scream the name of the Heavenly Father. I always imagine that, screaming the name of the Lord, and then boom.
Yo,
I'm not gonna think of no other name.
Oh shit, what is
That gets me, yo.
Because look, I mean, and it could be Lord willing. When I always imagine it. I'll tell you straight what I always imagine. I can't wait for the moment, Lord willing, I scream the name of the Heavenly Father and the Lord and do His acts. You know, I'll pray that you use my body to do His acts, His mighty acts with, man. And what do you think? We're not going to be just taking down men and not saying nothing. We'll be screaming. And the point is, we're going to let these motherfuckers know who's helping us,
Who's
man.
our power.
Who's our power. So we gotta let them know what the name is, man. Like it says in Acts, there's no other name under heaven that you should be delivered by. Okay?
Yeah, because real quick, like even saying that name gives us power. Like you feel like we get heat. Like we feel power when that name.
Yeah, what do you think Samson was doing when he was doing what he was doing? You think he was quiet? No, he was screaming at the name of the Heavenly Father. King David, they were screaming at the name of the Heavenly Father when doing all their mighty acts. In the name of YAHAWASHAI, and you know.
Oh, matter of fact, because King David said, he said, death surrounded him, they camped around him. He said, in my distress, I called upon the Lord, and He heard me even to His very ears, man.
Yeah, come, yeah.
Slack it.
Yeah, nah, man.
Yo,
hey, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's another thing. We're gonna be calling on the name. Look, basically, I'm saying when this is being done, they're gonna hear the name. They're gonna hear the name while these acts are being done. You know, the men of the Lord are gonna be calling on it. That's why it's important to know the name. That's what we get on the IUIC. That's what we get on these other stupid ass camps who talk about Christ and all this bullshit.
Jesus Christ.
You know, yeah, like
Yo,
try that.
that's crazy.
Like it's that.
Yeah.
You're zapped.
Yeah, good luck with that name.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. So it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and His glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, and the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against them.
And what's that stand? That stand is talking about spiritual power. And when it talks about the enemy come like a flood, that's talking about what? They come with everything, DARPA, all that. Listen, they're coming. Let's not just think of them being the regular. Oh, they come with their tanks, brother. No. They're coming with the whole enchilada, man. Yeah. They're coming with everything. The DARPA, the Iron Man, the Captain Americas. Because we know about that, man. If you're giving regular dudes right here steroids, what do you have your mad scientists from Taman or doing up in them labs, man? Okay, I know you have the Captain Americas. I know you got your Hulks. Okay, the Lord sent me a dream about that one day, man. All right, we know we got some creatures, man. All right, but the Lord said He's gonna set up a standard against you devils, man. All right, when the enemy shall come like a flood, what does a flood do? A flood overwhelms you. All right, a flood destroys everything moving, man. All right, but the Lord said He's gonna set up a standard against that flood, man. How's the Lord gonna do that? In many different type of ways. The Lord can send Archangel Michael. What is it? The Lord says He's gonna send Archangel Michael.
Damn,
man, it's gonna be dramatic, man.
It's gonna be dramatic. It's gonna be
a dramatic, spectacular event, man. You know. Yeah. So it says, just to finish up last two verses, it says, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, said the Lord. As for me, this is my covenant with them, said the Lord. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth, shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of thy mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed.
Meaning that what? Meaning we're gonna be perfect. And two, that goes back again. Meaning like the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We're playing our lot. We're the prophets. We're telling you people out there, YouTube land, we are the prophets of old, man. All right, we're the prophets that you people killed, okay, and murdered. We're the prophets that was with YAHAWASHAI. We're the prophets that was there talking about the coming Messiah. We're the prophets there in the Old Testament. All right, we're the prophets back here, man. And we're telling you people that the Lord's coming back, and the Lord's coming back to do great judgment upon this place of America. But before that judgment takes place, and before the RFID chip takes place, the Lord's going to give His men spiritual power, give them fame upon the world, man. Fame in a big way, to the point where it's not going to be a guessing game of who the true power is, man. Right. You people are going to see sci-fi things from men of the Lord. You can see men of the Lord flying, running, zapping people, going to different dimensions, flying through. You're gonna see power from on high, teleporting. Okay, you're gonna see brothers commanding chariots and angels to come down. Power.
Yeah, so it says, and as for me, this is my covenant with them, said the Lord. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I put in thy mouth shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of thy mouth of thy seed, nor out of thy mouth of thy seed's seed, said the Lord, from henceforth and forever. That's it.
Meaning of what?
Righteous, man.
Yeah, meaning we're gonna righteous forever. Meaning of what? The new covenant. That's the covenant the Lord's talking about. The new covenant, man. All right. So with that, I'd like to give all praise and glory to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, YAHAWASHAI, Ba'ashem, Makar, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who are the apostles and elders of Yasharala. Peace and salutations to the Bayaf that would die that has a good hope for elect. So until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.